Okay, this one is for the filmmakers. There's a new grant in town that's looking to help local storytellers and highlight stories from Central Texas. Austin PBS is now accepting applications for its brand new Digital Originals Grant, which will give $35,000 each to two local creators. Applications close May 30th, so if you're interested, look up Austin PBS Digital Originals Grant to apply. Today on CityCast Austin, it's almost summer, and for lots of us, that means letting loose and getting into these streets, or specifically onto a dance hall floor. A night out dancing is romantic, fun, and comes with a side of live music. So, we're revisiting our conversation with a local two-stepping insider. It's Tuesday, May 13th. I'm Nikki Devon, and this is what Austin's talking about. Hello, I'm here today with Kaylee Voorhees, who is an Austinite who is a connector that uplifts the two-stepping community and is the person behind Meanwhile Elsewhere on Instagram. Thank you so much for being here with me today. So we're going to talk about two-stepping today. Let's say I'm someone who's listening to this and I've never seen anybody two-step and I have no idea what we're talking about.
So if you've never two-step before, you've likely seen partner dancing. Two-step is technically a version of Western swing. And again, there's a lot of waltzing and polkas in like the honky tonk scene. If you're leading, your left arm is out, your right arm is on usually the shoulder blade of the back of the follow, and you are driving the dance. You're giving strong suggestions, and the follow is taking those suggestions from you. And as the follow, it's just backwards. Your right arm is extended. Your left arm is on usually the front of the shoulder of the lead or around their back. And you are listening to where they're kind of giving you pressure, tension, where they're guiding you.
And it's two-step because it's slow, quick, quick, slow?
Basic two-step is slow, slow, quick, quick, slow.
Slow, slow, quick, quick, slow. That's what your feet are doing. So slow.
Yes.
So you're moving forward, forward, quick, quick. So slow, slow, quick, quick, slow. You just got to go try it. We can't describe it to you.
Yes.
Over podcast.
I'm like, this is so
get
funny.
Your body into it.
Yeah. And also you get out there. Like I had my education on the dance floors of the honky tonks. That is how I learned to dance,
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
How did you get into the two-stepping dance scene in Austin?
I moved to Austin about 4 years ago, height of pandemic. And it was during the pandemic, many things were closed. Well, in Texas, not exactly compared to other places, but it was a bit difficult to make friends, fall into a community. And a couple of years after that, I started dancing. One of my very, very close friends, Alexa, took me two-stepping and I just fell in love with it. I fell in love with the community. I made so many new friends. It was a new skill that I was learning. There's live music. The bars are so cool. You get to discover all of these old historic honky tonks with the local bands. And ever since then, I've been dancing 2 to 7 nights a week, literally, since I started dancing.
Now, where was that first place? Where was the first place she took you?
First place was the White Horse. It's iconic, Austin. Every single person, whether you're a tourist or a local, you have been there. You love it.
What have you noticed about the Austin two-stepping scene? Maybe stuff you were surprised about? I'm curious, what has made you keep coming back?
I think the most surprising thing, especially coming from someone who's not from Texas, coming into these old school, traditional kind of cowboy, honky tonk, rough and tumble places. Sometimes you don't expect these places to be inclusive or welcoming for all people. But that's totally not the case. There are dance nights for queer folks. There are all sorts of people from creeds, backgrounds, everywhere mixing in together and getting along and becoming friends. And it's really, really beautiful to see. So that's one thing that I was surprised by that was is part of the reason why we love our little community, because we're very protective and welcoming of the fact that everyone is welcome.
Let's talk about that because,
Yeah.
so, as a Black person, a Black gay person specifically, but honestly, I grew up in Austin. I've been two-stepping myself since before I can remember, but that is not the case with everyone. And I think sometimes based on the videos, it looks like the two-stepping community is not diverse. What is the reality about diversity in the two-stepping community from your lens?
From my lens, so we have a sprawling group of maybe our central community is like 300 dancers,
right?
300 or 400 dancers that we all know each other. We talk to each other. We dance with each other. I would absolutely say the majority is fierce about making sure that everyone is welcome, everyone's okay. So when you travel in big numbers like that in these honky tonks that we are always frequenting, we are kind of like the rule makers there. So I think we're really protective and we'll call any behavior out that we're not okay with.
Right.
If someone is being shitty to someone because who knows why.
Yeah.
But we don't want them to be, we don't want them to be doing that. We absolutely will police them and that behavior is not allowed. When you have 20, 30 people being like, that doesn't fly, then, it becomes like a safer space for everyone.
Nice.
But you're right. Sometimes you travel to these dance halls in the hill country and people aren't not welcome, but it could be uncomfortable for certain people to be out there.
Mm-hmm.
So again, we travel in groups. So we try to just kind of say, okay, we're here. We're really good dancers. We're very respectful and we're all sorts of people and you're going to be okay with it.
Right. Is the Austin two-stepping scene different from other cities?
Austin is very, very unique in two-stepping. Even if you go to Dallas or to some of the dance halls right outside the city, you're going to find completely different styles of two-step. Austin two-step was developed over decades to kind of evolve to fit the compact dance floors of the honky tonks. So it's closer, it can be a little rowdier, it's a little looser, it's creative. There are a lot of different dance styles that kind of meld into Austin two-step. So you'll see a lot of swing. Obviously there's a lot of polka, waltzes, but it's a different style than what you'll see in traditional two-step dance halls.
So you get here, your friend takes you two-stepping, you fall in love with it. You're like, yes, I am here. I'm ready to get this dancing on. What made you decide to start posting the videos though?
I think it became kind of it's something that you become proud of, right? You want people to know about this insane gem of a community in the scene. And then you get better. You start dancing, you're not very good at it, but you're having the time of your life. And then you start getting better and you're like, look at me, look at my friends, look at the scene, look how much fun I'm having. Look at the joy that everyone is experiencing. Look at the badass musicians, look at the cool places we're at. So, and it is kind of just a standard of the community. Everyone posts their dance videos. So you just start and then you don't stop because it's fun.
Hey y'all, it's Nikki. I have to tell you about Tecovas boots. I finally have a pair, and I don't know if y'all know this, but they're handmade, high quality, and stylish. And they're comfortable right outside of the box. Now, I know we buy everything online these days, but trust me, you have to get fitted for some boots at Tecovas. Now, whether you're like me, a newbie to boots, or you have a closet full of them, the folks at Tecovas will help you find your next favorite pair. So, grab a friend, head on over to the Tecovas flagship on South Congress or their store at the Domain. Plus, good news, they just opened a store in Georgetown at 709 Main Street for those of you that live just a little further north. With 3 locations in town, you have no excuses. So, that's tecovas.com, TECOVAS.com. Don't go gently, y'all.
Hi, I'm David Plotz, the CEO of CityCast. We've all set health goals: lose weight, exercise more, eat better. But without a plan, those goals often fade. That may have happened to you. It has definitely happened to me. And that's where Prolon comes in. Prolon's 5-day fasting mimicking diet gives you a science-backed, structured approach to stay on track and see real results. And now Prolon is upping their game with the new Next-Gen 5-day program, delivering the same science-backed benefits in a cleaner, more convenient, and more flavorful format. Prolon is a plant-based nutrition program featuring soups, snacks, and beverages designed to nourish the body while keeping it in a fasting state, triggering cellular rejuvenation and renewal. Next-Gen builds on the original Prolon with 100% organic soups and teas, a richer taste, and ready-to-eat meals. Developed over decades at USC's Longevity Institute and backed by top U.S. medical centers, Prolon has been shown to support biological age reduction, metabolic health, skin appearance, fat loss, and energy. I've been doing the 5-day program, and I feel so much better. I really enjoy the tasty energy bars, the snacks and soups, and the fact that I can enjoy meals, even though the calorie count is super low. The flavors and textures are excellent. An olive oil snack here, broccoli and quinoa soup there, hibiscus tea, a yummy nut bar. It's got the benefits of a 5-day fast, but doesn't have the challenge of doing it with pure liquids. It's a system reset. And also, I know this sounds funny, but it's not. The packaging and directions are fantastic, clear, and well organized and thoughtful. For a limited time, you can be first in line to experience the new Next-Gen at special savings. Prolon is offering CityCast listeners 15% off site-wide, plus a $40 bonus gift when you subscribe to their 5-day program. Just visit prolonlife.com/city. That's PROLONLIFE.com/city to claim your 15% discount and your bonus gift. prolonlife.com/city.
Let's talk about venues because I'm curious. So now, I'm going to just rattle off a couple. Broken Spoke is iconic. Like everybody knows what the Broken Spoke is. Sam's Town Point, Sagebrush, Whitehorse right now feel like kind of like the trifecta of, the places to go for, I don't want to say the younger.
Yeah, it's a new wave.
The new wave.
Yeah.
What types of two-steppers go to each spot? Like who's at Sam's Town Point? Who's at Sagebrush versus Whitehorse? Because I feel Whitehorse has its regulars. I can go there and I'm going to see the same people. And I'm imagining the others do too.
Yeah. You have the people who are absolutely loyal to their venue. So there are dancers that will always go to Sam's, that will always go to Whitehorse, will always go to Sagebrush, and then they'll pepper in some other venues along the way. Obviously, it's also about the bands who are playing. Whitehorse, obviously, like locals mix in there. It's a great place to go. You will always have dancers there. You will always have people to dance with. There will always be new people to meet. There will always be tourists to mix in with if that's what you're out to do. Not everyone is, but some people are. And then, the bands are great. They have, their resident band. So you can go every Tuesday and see your favorite band, whatever it is. Sagebrush is newer. It's bigger. It's a little emptier sometimes. The dance floor is really big. It has really good air conditioning. So people, specifically dancers who care about that, will favor Sagebrush. And then obviously Sam's is like, old school kind of low, what do they call it? Like low falutin, like
divey
sensibilities. It's totally divey. It's, it kind of doesn't care. Like it doesn't give a shit. That's like Sam's, and that's why we love it.
Yeah, I love Sam's.
No, Sam's is absolutely my favorite. There's no AC. Even when there's AC, it's lies. There's no AC. So you're going to get really hot and sweaty. They have amazing musicians come through there. And the people who are loyal to Sam's are like really good people. Like they're the real ones.
Right. So you brought up a good point about being more than enough people to dance with. I think sometimes when, you're going out to two-step and you are by yourself, there's this worry, there's this fear. I remember, Broken Spoke, you could go to a Broken Spoke and there's always going to be some old heads there that are willing to swing you around the dance floor a couple of times. So let's talk a little bit about that. Like, are there always couples? Like, who are the people? Are there a few people there that just, are always going to swing you around the dance floor? Or are there places to avoid if you're not in a couple?
I mean, there's, like you said, there's old heads. everywhere. There are the people in the scene who have literally been in the scene for 50 years.
Yeah, my favorite.
Seriously. And they will always be there. There's certain venues that they're always at. They are always so down to dance with new dancers too. Like anyone, they don't care. They're not picky. They're not snobby. They're there to dance. And it's kind of, that's the vibe. Some venues, I would say the dance halls, usually you'll find older couples that will only dance with each other, which is very cute. It's
That's
very
cute.
cute.
That's very
Yes. It's like the cutest. And they'll usually come and compliment you. But if you ask them to dance, they say, no, I only dance with my wife, like whatever it is.
I love that.
Which is very sweet. So if you're traveling, you definitely want to bring a dance partner or bring a group of dancers with you to those scenarios. But I would say most places around town, you will be able to dance with someone. You just have to put yourself out there and kind of act like, hey, I'm a dancer and I want to dance, and someone will come grab you.
I feel like sometimes there's a misconception in dancing, specifically two-stepping, because you are very close. You're very close.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have a good leader, that leader is going to that leader has to put their hand in the small of your back. They got to lead you around. It's an intimate thing. Dance two-stepping is very intimate.
It's very intimate.
It's flirty. It's fun.
It is. Yeah.
Do you have any suggestions or advice for people just to kind of ease into that, especially if it's your first time? It can be a little jarring.
Absolutely. It can be, it can be surprising and jarring. Me personally, when I first started dancing, I didn't know any better about holds in partner dancing.
Yeah.
And so I found that almost every person that grabbed me, like any lead I danced with, I was like smushed to them. Just like so close.
Yeah. You're close. You get real close.
But you don't have to be that way. And they know that too. So it's kind of like, as the follower, someone new in the scene, hopefully you have someone who can tell you, hey, you can be in control of this space between you and your lead with just your frame. You can put your hand on the front of their shoulder and push them back, literally push them away. And that's okay. It is totally okay to do that.
I love that.
Yes, absolutely. And, you don't have to finish a dance with anyone. You can walk off the dance floor if someone's being inappropriate, literally leave. Like, tell them you're not comfortable with it. If they don't listen, walk away.
Yes.
Yeah. And again, with my group, if I see that happening with a stranger, I don't care who you are. If I see that happening, I will be like, do you need help? Like, what's going on? This isn't cool. I don't like this.
You look uncomfortable. I don't like this. What is this? Yeah,
exactly. I would just suggest like dancing with your friends as much as you can. But for the most part, the community is very respectful. They know the rules. For the most part, that's what you're going to experience.
I love your answer. Just like you can lean into it, understanding that you have control. Lean into the intimacy, understanding that you have control over what happens in your space. I love that.
Yeah.
What's some good advice for a person who's leading for the first time?
Okay. So I recently started leading also. So I lead and I follow.
Nice.
I can do both, which is amazing because now I can dance with my friends who are also follows and I can experience them as follows and you get both sides of it. And it's super fun. I think the biggest thing I would say for leads, especially new leads, is keep it simple. If you don't know what you're doing, you don't need to whip your follow around like crazy, especially when you don't know what you're doing.
Oh my God.
Be respectful, like read your partner, whoever you're leading. Just pay attention to them. If they are seeming like they're uncomfortable or if they are giving you some pressure to back up. Like first of all, you want everyone to be comfortable and then you can have fun. But I just feel like it would be the worst thing to just be leading someone and your follow is uncomfortable the whole time.
You can see it and you can see it and feel it. Yeah.
You can see it, you can feel it. And, you're absolutely welcome to verbally check in with your partner too. A lot of these things are unspoken and you can read unspoken signals very easily, I think, if you're paying attention.
For people, again, say I'm a newbie. I've never been two-stepping in Austin.
Mm-hmm.
Describe a night for us. Like, describe what a typical two-stepping night in Austin is like.
For a newbie that's probably going to White Horse, I would assume. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm going to White Horse. What should I expect?
Okay. What should you? Okay, you should expect to pay a cover at the door.
Yeah.
Covers go to the bands. That's very nice.
I do love that about shout out. I love that the covers go to the band.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you'll show up, you'll see a lot of people, you'll see the all-star dancers on the dance floor. They're the standout dancers who are just really badass two-steppers, and you'll see them and say, hey, I want to have that much fun. That looks like so much fun. Mm-hmm. Then, if you drink, you can get a drink. If you don't, you can stand along the side of the dance floor. Someone will probably go pull you in, spin you around a bunch, and you'll be like, woo, that was the funnest roller coaster I've been on. And then you get to chat with your friends, see the live music. The band's amazing. Just your local bands that you see play are some of the best, like steel guitar players you've ever seen and vocalists you have ever seen, fiddle players. It's insane. You'd get to see these crazy talented musicians just on a Tuesday night at your local bar,
Yeah, just chilling, hanging out.
Just, yeah, chilling and dancing. A lot of them dance too. So...
Do Austin two-steppers have like a routine? Like Sagebrush on Tuesdays, Sam's on Wednesdays?
Yeah, absolutely. So Mondays, Sam's. It's blues night. Little Elmore Reed band is amazing.
Ooh, great band.
Amazing band.
Been in the game for a while.
Yeah. So blues dancing is a bit different. It's more sultry, it's more intimate, but you can also two-step to a lot of those songs. So you'll get two-steppers and blues dancers mixing in, which is super fun. And before that is my friend Vanessa, who owns Double or Nothing Two-Step. She does two-step lessons right before that at Sam's. Tuesday is always White Horse. It's always been Tuesdays at White Horse. That's the night. Wednesdays, Sagebrush or Sam's again. Sam's right now is Libby and the Loveless, and then Guthrie Girls. So those are just like local favorites. Thursdays are usually up in the air, but probably White Horse. And then weekends, sometimes we do dance field trips and go out to the dance halls in the Hill Country.
I'm curious, have you been to Copeland Dance Hall yet?
I talked to the owner the other day because I was trying to arrange kind of a dance field trip there.
Oh my God. Copeland Dance Hall is it might be the first place I ever two-stepped in my life.
Really? That's such a magical place to have your first experience.
It is a magical place. Like it is one of those places that for sure when we were driving out there, I was like, where are y'all taking me? What is happening? Yeah, but then I got there and everyone was lovely. It's so old school Texas.
Yes.
It's one of my iconic memories as a young person.
Oh my gosh. I love that was your first experience because it is, that building was built in 1904.
Wow.
So it is old as hell.
It is old.
This episode of CityCast is sponsored by Babbel. Learning a new language opens the door to new friends, new cultures, maybe even a whole new life. So why not start the journey today with Babbel? You can start speaking a new language with confidence thanks to Babbel's conversation-based technique. It quickly teaches you useful words and phrases about the things you actually talk about in the real world. There are more than a dozen languages available for you to learn at your own pace, with material tailored to your individual proficiency level, interests, and time availability. I'm David Plotz, CEO of CityCast, and I've been learning Spanish with Babbel and brushing up a teeny bit on my French. But there's also Turkish, Swedish, Dutch, German, many more languages. Babbel's tips and tools for learning a new language are approachable and accessible. It's like having a private tutor in your pocket. I particularly love Babbel's guided conversations, which let me practice real-world conversations. What to say at the doctor's office, how to leave a party, using speech recognition to make sure I'm getting the pronunciation right. Babbel's mobile app and website have real-time feedback, progress trackers, and clear visualizations. They're helping me improve my Spanish in only 10 minutes a day. So get talking with Babbel. I want you to learn another language, so I'm teaming up with Babbel to gift you 55% off subscriptions. but only for CityCast listeners at babbel.com/CityCast. Get up to 55% off at babbel.com/CityCast. Spelled BABBEL.com/CityCast. Babbel.com/CityCast. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Let's talk about misconception. We chatted a little bit about like diversity kind of being a misconception, but what's another big misconception about two-stepping in Austin bars, do you think?
Well, a lot of people think it's line dancing when they know nothing about it. So that's like a big, crazy,
okay.
like, oh no.
Okay.
If someone's just like, oh, Texas country dancing, what, like line dancing? And then everyone will be like, just face palm, head in hand, like absolutely not. Because, at Whitehorse, there's a big sign on the dance floor that says no fucking line dancing.
Yep. Oh, that's hilarious.
But other than that, I had like I said earlier, I thought that these bars were just going to be kind of like uninviting cowboy bars. I really did think that. And that's not the case.
I feel like a lot of people have that same misconception before they go into a place that anything that's called a honky tonk, right? It brings to mind something very specific.
Yeah.
And then you get into these places and it's like, oh shit. This is awesome.
Yeah. You're like, this isn't scary. This is okay. This is cool.
This isn't scary at all. Yeah. So do you know of any places other than the White Horse that would be good for line dancing? I feel like I maybe have seen some line dancing at Sagebrush, but maybe not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you have. Cheer Ups and Sage have queer line dancing nights that are super fun. Mavericks does have lots of line dancing out there. That's just a different kind of spot. It's more like club.
I think the closest Mavericks in Cedar Park. Is there one in Austin?
No, it's Cedar Park, I guess.
It's Cedar Park. So Mavericks is like, I don't see, I'm about to show my age, but like, it's like, if you think of the biggest, like EDM club you can possibly find, just like think like right now for us, it would probably be Highland. I don't know. Just like this big expansive place where it is very clear that you are in a club. There are smoke machines and lasers.
Yes. I was just going to say the smoke machines. They're major.
Machines, the lasers, all of that, except they are playing country music. That is what Mavericks is.
That is the one exception. Yes. That is so funny. You nailed it. That was great.
Yeah. The first time I went for a friend's birthday, I was like, what is this? What? I was just like, okay, this is what we're doing.
My body kind of rejected it the first time I went. I was just like, no.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And the people that love Mavericks, no shade. Because y'all love it. No. Y'all love it and you come to play. You do not mess around. And I love that energy. I love that energy. But that is a place for me to sit on the sidelines. That's
I know. Well, it's funny too, because at least the night I went, they have I'm not even sure if it was a DJ or just like a playlist that bled into each other, but the songs run into the next song. So someone asked me to dance and then I just got stuck dancing with them because they're like, well, it's still the song.
Nope.
And I'm like, no.
Don't like that. Nope.
I know. I was like, I need to exit.
No, no, I don't like that. You get one song out of me. That's it.
Right. I like a 3-minute, like, we're done. That was nice. And now we're done.
That was nice. I need to move along. Now, I will say there used to be this bar in Austin called Dallas. And Dallas was a big old honky tonk, but it was on like Burnett Road in central North Austin.
Oh, cool.
And they had everybody just danced in a huge round, like old school honky tonk. But I thought it was hilarious because everybody danced in this round and then the middle of the dance floor would be completely empty. So I'd just be like, y'all, there's all this real estate that nobody's using. And we're scrunched on this line. But that was those are the rules. Those are the rules.
Well, you're totally right. When we go to these bigger dance halls in the Hill Country, you'll see all of the progressive dancers go around the outside in the round, and then all the Austin two-steppers will stay in the middle dancing Austin two-step. But yeah, we kind of stay in the middle so we can do our thing, and we're used to being compact, so it's totally fine.
Love it.
And then the old schoolers are going around, which is so cool.
So who's the best band to two-step to? Or who's your favorite band to two-step to?
Oh man, I think recently it's because I just posted this poll on my Instagram. I asked all the dancers, like, who's your favorite band right now to dance to? And I wasn't surprised because the number one was also my favorite band to dance to, but it was by a landslide, Libby and the Loveless.
Oh.
And they mostly play these just really good 90s covers, and they're so talented, and every song is a banger. Nothing's a weird tempo. They don't really play polkas, so you can just it's so much fun. And they play at Sam's every Wednesday. So
Libby and the Loveless?
Yes.
I like that name. Newbies, before you go out country dancing, two-stepping for the first time, we've already talked about know that you have control in the partner dancing. You're probably going to pay a cover pay, so be ready for that. There is no line dancing most of the time unless it specifically says that there's line dancing. What other things do you think they should know that we haven't covered?
No drinks on the dance floor.
No drinks on the dance floor.
You will get yelled at by me, by all of my fellow dancers, by the bar staff, by the bands. The bands will shout it out on stage. They will call you out. And it's just a safety thing. And if someone taps you and says, hey, no drinks on the dance floor, please don't try to fight them. Just get off of the dance floor.
Y'all, listen, here's the thing. It makes sense. You can't.
Yeah.
Two-stepping, in my opinion, is not a dance that you can do with a drink in your hand. Don't take your drinks on the dance floor. That's actually a really good one. I'm glad that you said that.
Yeah. We all deal with it. And it's one of our pet peeves. If we even sense a drink anywhere near us, it's get that off of there, because you're spinning around. You could easily just spin your face into someone's beer bottle. That's not okay.
So no drinks on the dance floor.
Yeah.
Everybody. I had to say it one more time.
Everyone.
So is there anything else that you want us to talk about that we haven't covered about two-stepping in Austin? Is there anything else that you want to finish with?
I will say that everyone who kind of gets the dancing bug with the Austin two-step and just can't get enough of it, we always talk about how it's really hard to pull us away from a night of dancing versus, just going to a bar with friends or whatever, because it checks so many boxes. It's
right.
You're getting your exercise, you're sweating, you are seeing your friends, you are seeing live music, you are getting your social interactions, when you're dancing, you're collaborating, you're being creative, it's just all of these things that check these boxes. You're getting your physical touch, even if it's not a romantic thing or anything. You're meeting your quota of really getting that physical touch.
Right.
So it does something for your brain and your soul that nothing else can really do. And that's why we think it's so special. And that's why so many of us are fiercely protective and loyal and promote dancing. If there's a peep from any friend that they want to come join, we're yes, come on, come join. It will change your life. Yeah.
And that's on that. I like it.
Yeah.
Kaylee, thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you for talking to me all about two-stepping. This has been a really nice trip down memory lane for me.
Aw, this was so much fun. Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I can seriously talk about two-step all day long.
That's all for today here on CityCast Austin. You can find links to Kaylee's social media in our show notes. If you enjoyed the show, why not share it with the cutie you want to go two-stepping with? And also, rate our show, leave us a review, and subscribe to our Hey Austin newsletter. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Bye, y'all.